What brings them to you? What happens immediately in the first month? And then where are they, let's say, a year after working with you?
Well, I'll share a more recent story. So it hasn't been a year yet, but a gal I've known for quite some time has been dipping her toe in speaking, and I know she had some coaching in the past, but she still had something that was holding her back. So, and she had changed her business, so she was still like muddling in her mind, like, what am I going to talk about? How's this going to work? And I just said, let me help you. Like, I know that I knew I could help her. I just knew it. There was just a couple little tweaks that we needed to make. And she trusted me, thank goodness, and really leaned into the process. And we created her talk that felt really good to her, that allowed her to be her. I think she was so busy following other people's formulas and trying to make it perfect and reading from a script and just worried about doing it right, that her personality was getting lost in the process. And she's got this great, welcoming, warm personality. So once it clicked that she could like let go of that perfect model of doing it, she started to shine. And just the other day, I saw her at an event and she said, Lisa, I owe everything to you. I thought, oh, yeah, I don't know about that, but she was very, very complimentary. And she said, I am speaking all the time. I'm attracting clients. I've got people in my network now. Like, she has a community of women. She goes, I cannot believe how much you've changed my life. What I thought was so hard, now I can do it all the time. It's flowing, it's easy, and I'm having fun, and I feel like me. And to me, that was like the highest compliment. I'm like, I know the money's going to come for her continuously, but just that she unlocked that fear and let it go and was able to shine, to me, is amazing.
And let's get really, really practical and tactical. What did you do for her to actually get the phone to ring or the email to come in saying, hey, we want you to speak, 4.5 weeks from today from 11 to 12, and our budget is $10,000. Let's really get practical and tactical.
So I love that question because, of course, we all want the exact formula that you do to to make this thing happen. And I have a 7-step program that what I call the general education of learning how to use speaking for business. But it's deeper than that, right? Yes, you can follow all the steps and do exactly what I tell you to do. But what I have found is that actually, as entrepreneurs, we are not cookie cutters, right? Like, we are not all the same. And what's really helpful is having someone look at your stuff, listen to you, understand you, and think, okay, let's try this. How does this feel? What do you think about if we did it this way? And allowing the person to start to create their own way of doing something that feels right for them, because they could do my stuff, but if it doesn't feel right, they're not going to do it. And what I'm talking about is the sales part, right? Like, if I always say you have to have a call to action. I think you should have a call to action at your talks. Now, if you're a paid keynote speaker, that might be a little bit different situation. Again, all situations are going to be contextual. But let's say you got invited to speak. There's not a speaker budget, but you're allowed to offer the audience something, whether it's a monetary thing or a free thing, whatever it is that helps you get your business. If you're not clear on that, the audience is not going to be clear on that. And that's usually the thing that people forget to do. Now, do you have to do it exactly the same way I do it? No. But you have to be in love with whatever you're doing. And I think that's the key missing ingredient that people just don't feel comfortable selling from stage. So that they just forget, quote unquote, to do it, or they run out of time, or it feels awkward or weird, or because they feel awkward or weird about it. So there's all these little components that go together to help you be successful.
Well, here at the TJ Walker Show, we love selling from the stage. In fact, in a moment, I'm going to do what I do with every one of our guests. I'm going to say, Lisa, you got 2 minutes. I want you to blatantly sell. Give us your best pitch. We want to help you. We want our people to see a good pitch in action. So I want you to pitch your book. I want you to pitch your practice. I want you to pitch your organization, your consulting. So I'm actually going to take my face off, and it's going to be you on screen for a couple of minutes. And again, this isn't, some podcasts don't like that. We want you. We're all about empowering people to be more successful by communicating more effectively and having more confidence in their communication, because you're absolutely right. Nothing's worse than someone, I've seen it. Well, well, I have this new CD here on how you can sell products and make money, and you probably don't want it, so I'll just leave. I mean, we've all seen that, and they, of course, sell nothing.
Yeah.
And I've been fortunate enough to see Zig Ziglar selling from the stage, and this was 17 years ago. He would sell his $2,500 cassette tape package, and he would treat it like it was gold, and he got you really excited about it. And wow, he would sell 6 figures worth every time he spoke. So with that, I'm going to take my own face off, and I want to hear you give us your best pitch, your best
Okay.
ask, starting now.
All right. Well, one of the things that I hear speakers or people who want to be speakers get challenged with is I'm not sure where I should speak. I'm not sure who would allow me to be on stage. I don't know who would even have me speak. How do you do that? And that's why I created the International Speaker Network, which is on ispeakernetwork.com, because what I found is that over many years, the easiest way to get speaking engagements without cold calling, yes, without cold calling, is to hang out with other speakers, have that virtual handshake. You would be so surprised how generous people can be when you just get to know people. And you know what speakers have? They have all the information that you want. They have the name of the meeting organizer. They have probably the phone number and the email and the website and when they meet and what the event was like. They have all that information, whether it's in their head or written down, but they have that. So why not hang out with a whole bunch of other people who have the information that would be really helpful for you? And at the iSpeaker, it's at ispeakernetwork.com is where you can go find out more information and join. It's very low entry point to join. We meet virtually once a month. And our goal is that you get to have relationships with other speakers that can help you minimize your cold calling, get booked more often, more easily, get exposure. We use the whole community to lift you up. It's only $99 to join. So it's such a no-brainer. If you're out there struggling going, how can I get on more podcasts? How can I get more speaking?